Crashes on motorcycles happen quickly. In fact, you only have about 2 seconds to avoid a crash on your motorcycle. Let's take a look at some real-world examples at just how fast things go bad and how you can prepare for it. And I've got a major announcement to make at the end of this video, so stay tuned until the end of the video to be the first to hear. And no, it's got nothing to do with McDonald's. So let's take a look at some real-world examples of crashes and near misses. We'll put a timer in the corner of the video down in the bottom so we can see how long we've got to actually avoid a crash or a near miss. So here we got a rider on a tight 2-lane road. Everything looks good up to this point, but let's check and see what happens right after this. This rider had 1.46 seconds to see the hazard, decide what to do, and avoid the hazard. He got lucky. So here we got a rider in light urban traffic, and he's approaching a stoplight. Motorcycle's got a yellow light, but both the car and the driver decide to beat that yellow light. Let's see how long they've got to avoid a crash. In this case, 1.67 seconds to avoid what could have been a fatal crash. Here we got a rider riding in highway traffic. He's got poor following distance, and he seems pretty distracted by the video that he's making at this time.
Cars, extremely easy compared to cars. So they're a lot smaller and simpler.
And let's pause it here and look. We'll get our timer on screen because road conditions are getting ready to change. So this rider had 1.54 seconds before that board that the truck ran over went flying by his head.
Whoa!
Now, before we break these crash scenarios down further, let me thank QuadLock for being the sponsor of this week's video. One of the things I really like about the QuadLock setup is the wireless charging head. Every time I mount my phone on my Rocket 3, it starts charging automatically. No cables to connect, no hassle. So if you're like me and you use your phone for GPS or entertainment, this is a must-have in my opinion. You don't have to worry about your battery dying on your phone on a long road trip or out on a long ride. It's solid too. It locks in tight, stays put, and even on rough roads you don't have to worry about your phone falling off. And once it's wired in, your phone is secure and charging the entire time. QuadLock's got 2 models of this charging head. One offers a USB connection to your motorcycle, and the other can be hardwired in to get power to the charging head that can be mounted to any QuadLock motorcycle mount. On my Rocket 3, I've got the USB option, so I've got that mounted to a handlebar mount with the vibration dampener and the wireless charging head on top of that. It stays secure and it keeps my phone charged. QuadLock offers a complete setup to make your smartphone more useful on your motorcycle. It's simple, reliable, and it works. Check out the QuadLock website and see what they've got available for your motorcycle, and use the promo code in the banner below for a discount. In the video examples we watched, we had an advantage because we were looking for a crash or a near miss to occur, even stopping the video to examine the scene. In a real-world scenario, we don't always get to be that diligent with our attention, and we certainly don't have the ability to stop time like we did in the video, even though that would be nice. Our 2 seconds of response time is broken down into 3 main components. We have to perceive the threat, we have to decide on a plan of action, and then we have to implement the plan. All of that has to be done in 2 seconds or less. After those 2 seconds, we either crash or we've got a close call story to tell our friends about. You know, there are several bad things that we can do during those 2 seconds that can eat up some or even all of the time to avoid the crash. The first is target fixation, which is an enemy of crash avoidance. Poor lane position is an enemy of crash avoidance. Poor following distance, high speeds, inattention, or any kind of intoxicant especially, are all enemies that work against crash avoidance. They eat away or completely take away that mere 2 seconds that we've got to avoid a crash. That 2 seconds, once we see the threat, is pretty much baked into the scenario. There's not much we can do to lengthen that 2 seconds. It is what it is. But there's a lot that we can do before the timer starts running, and this involves our road strategy. One thing we can do is constantly search the road for hazards and become a student of driver behavior. This allows us to recognize the possibility of threats before they become real threats. There have been plenty of times I've covered the brakes or I've shifted my lane position or eased off the throttle only for nothing to happen. But that's part of using a good road strategy. I'll get tons of chances to adjust to something that turns out to be nothing, but I may only get one shot to miss a legitimate threat that's real and not do anything in preparation for it. Another important thing that we can do before the timer starts is to consistently put ourselves and our motorcycle in a position to see and be seen. Lane position helps us to see up the road. Following distance gives us more time and space to react to hazards. Also understand that lane position is not static. It's constantly adjusting based on traffic and the road conditions with the goal to see and take in more information about what's happening up the road. Also, if I've not practiced emergency braking or swerving, I'm increasing the odds of crashing greatly. Good riding skills are like vegetables you buy at the grocery store. They may be fresh when you buy them, but let them sit on the shelf for a little while and they're good for nothing. Likewise, you have to keep your riding skills sharp or you lose them. One way you can sharpen your skills is to practice with the field guide. The field guide has training exercises that you can use on any open parking lot to help you develop and maintain your riding skills so you can keep those fresh vegetables on the shelf. You can get access to the field guide free as a member, or you can purchase it directly using the links that you see in the banner below. The importance of road strategy, however, cannot be understated. In my opinion, the most proactive things that you can do as a rider is to wear protective gear, a special A helmet, develop and maintain your road skills, and learn and implement a good road strategy. Over the last few years, I've helped riders develop their road skills with the field guide in both print and digital versions to viewers and members of MCrider. And that leads me to my big announcement today, because today I'm happy to announce that I'm in the final stages of another book for MCrider. This one's solely on road strategy, and it's available for pre-order today. This book has literally been written over the last 9 years. For 9 years, I've produced videos on the subject of road skills and road strategy, and this new book contains the wisdom, the lessons, and the experience from that 9 years of study and research for what I present to you here weekly on MCrider. The new road strategy book is the perfect complement to the field guide, and that book alone has sold thousands of copies, and I can't wait to get this new one in your hands. So whether you're a new rider or you've got years of riding experience in the saddle, the MCrider Road Strategy book will help you see the road differently, more clearly, more intentionally, and with a mindset that puts you in control. It's packed with real-world strategies to avoid common hazards, make smarter decisions in traffic, and ride with greater confidence. This isn't theory, it's practical, proven insight from over a decade of teaching riders like you online and other riders in person in the classroom. If you're serious about becoming a better rider, this book belongs in your toolkit. And there's only one place to get it, and that's at mcrider.com/rsbook. Your order today will reserve your copy of the book, which will be going to print very soon. So get all the details and place your order today. If you found value in the weekly MCrider videos, you're going to appreciate the new Road Strategy book. It brings together all the key principles in smart riding into one easy-to-use reference that you can come back to again and again. If you know a new rider or a person considering riding, the resources found in the field guide and the road strategy book will make a great gift to new and prospective riders, or a must-read for riding clubs and groups that ride together. So order your copy today and get a first print edition. Till next week, guys, it's Kevin with MCrider, and I'll see you on the road. If you enjoyed this video, please consider becoming a member of MCrider. You get access to the forums and the field guide and a whole lot more. All the details can be found at mcrider.com/member.